Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to an special episode of Growth Hacks Experiences. On these segments, now we're focused on how we can actually get the best out of, not only how can we get the best out of, but how can we experience a new way of living, everything that actually is happening with AI. And today we have a special guest. I'm honored to have, and I'm thrilled to have in our podcast, Jan. Jan is connecting all over from Prague. Hi, Jan. How are you today?
Hi, Juan. I'm doing well. How is your day?
Very good, sir. Thank you very much for connecting. Thank you very much, Jan, for this moment. Jan is aside from being a colleague in growth hacking, a growth hacker as well. He's also an AI specialist, an evangelist. Jan, could you tell us a little bit of how was the experience to become now an evangelist of AI? How has it been your experience so far?
Yeah, absolutely. So most of the people see that generative AI is a huge way of information, and it started with these cool images and some snippets of the chatting with the ChatGPT in early 2023. Yeah, uh, January, February this year, someone got the information even sooner, and so there's big wave, big hype, and I got involved because I was changing my career from the IT company, from the cloud company, where I was also focused on the innovation, on improving existing processes, on automation. And firstly, I was focusing on ChatGPT and how we can leverage it in order to be more efficient in sales, marketing, in different ways, in productivity in general. And I was focused on helping people to understand it, providing webinars, education in general. And this was my start. At the same time, I understood that the companies are the main consumer. In the companies, there lies the biggest opportunity to become more efficient and to really make it smoother and uh, achieve these business goals faster. So that's why I switched from the individuals, from the public to the companies, and this is how I got into the business.
Super, indeed, and I really was connecting as well the process that you were mentioning and how you were first as well in automation, and when we see a little bit about indeed how we perceive AI at the moment, we could also consider it as really as automated instructions that we give a technology. How have you seen so far the steps that are more effective for an entrepreneur or a company to implement AI in their systems?
With the individuals, it's very different. With the individuals, with small companies, it's mostly about learning how to do efficient prompting, learning how to use ChatGPT or other text generator efficiently, how to use Midjourney or other image generator. So it's mainly about getting hands dirty and starting to start testing of these tools. Yeah, that's the main goal of the small companies or of the solopreneurs, entrepreneurs. Yeah, with some bigger companies, what you want to do is to take existing process, for example, process of accepting ticket and then solving the ticket within the customer support team, and you want to enhance this process. Yeah, you connect your existing system with some AI tool, or you take your existing tool and you migrate your data and everything into AI tool. So with the company, 50 plus people, you are firstly focusing on tooling, on using tools which can do specific job. For example, in sales, personalization of the messages, personalization of the outbound messages is also a huge opportunity, which many companies leverage. But the companies, they also connect their existing CRM, existing systems to the AI tools. in order to have ChatGPT in their application, or to leverage the AI in their existing flows.
Correct. Indeed, I was considered also this because you are one of our guests from this segment dedicated to AI for this week that we are making for Growth Hacks Experiences, together joining experts in the field. And exactly what you were mentioning was one of the questions that I got recently, because people are trying now to create everything completely with AI. They believe that they just can click one button and they can create a complete business out of it. Sounds very interesting, but do you think that we are really there? Is there something that actually that we should lower our expectations and get more deep into learning first now? You mentioned.
I will start with one example with GitHub Copilot, which is tool for software developers. The main beneficiary of this tool are the senior developers who already know how to write the code, and they mainly use it to write something they wrote already. But when they do something completely new, they need to do it mainly themselves, and they need to learn it. So my point is, if you are efficient marketer, if you are efficient in sales, you know how to well instruct the tool to create marketing materials, some sales messages, and so on. So you either need to have a very good prompts, a very good way how to work with the tool, or you need to have the expertise, and based on that you create these prompts. So in my point of view, if you have never done marketing and you want to do your marketing activities solely through ChatGPT or other tool, you will do a lot of testing. You will do a lot of hit and miss. That's my point of view. The idea of having one person company can happen. There are these AI agents, but since I'm helping companies to deploy AI to solve some really specific problem, I haven't tested these AI agents yet. But it's big trend, and it's coming up.
Indeed, and I completely agree. Indeed, if we don't specialize yet in a field, I'm also testing one of these agents for financial management to gain more knowledge about financial management. But indeed, we are such in a process of learning. So more than an agent is first as a teacher as well. Jan, one question. Now that we're talking about prompts, the importance of prompting and understanding how has been prompt engineering now the next growth strategy for many companies. Which are some of your favorite prompts so far? What are the ones that actually you are using at the most at the moment?
I will share a few ideas. Yeah. One of them is to turn ChatGPT into, let's say, interviewer. For example, you want to do marketing strategy. You do not write, let's do marketing strategy. You write, you are marketing expert. Ask me many questions until you have enough information to create a great marketing strategy. And then it becomes like here. Ping pong, the interview. So this is nice way how to get information out of yourself and get it onto one place. With our company AI in Business, I use this process, and then I share the link for the conversation to my colleagues who are in the marketing, and based on that, they really understood what is the company about. So it's highly efficient. This is first one. Second one, there is many of these prompts act as, or you are expert on XYZ, and you need to know the text, or you need to have a text. I developed a simple technique how you you can create the text with AI. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so you basically write in some code words, for example, podcast, viral, growth hacking, and you ask ChatGPT to write a description of an expert based on these keywords. He writes a description, and then you say, now you are becoming that person, answer questions as this person. So it's a really quick way how to get expert of your, let's say, focus on other side.
I see. Indeed. Is it complicated to create prompts? Are there some rules that we should follow?
There are definitely. For example, there is this U curve. For example, when you put instructions at the beginning of prompt and at the end of the prompt, there's the most efficient way or the best way. This in the middle, ChatGPT will not take it that much into consideration. Yeah. Secondly, a very great technique is that you are writing prompt, for example, create this marketing campaign, and you write some do's and don'ts. Yeah, for example, make it at least 5 sentences and so on. You can even do small fine tuning when you want to when you want GPT to execute certain task. You will show him example. This is correct, and this is incorrect. Yeah. And yeah,
Wonderful.
and
Wonderful.
with the code interpreter, or newly it's advanced data analysis, there is a whole new world of possibilities you can explore when you can upload a file to code interpreter, ask him to make changes or ask him to understand the file, and then give you some simple summary of the file. So that's
Super.
a very mighty tool. Yeah.
And things are changing so fast indeed, because actually now I just moved to the paid version just because I saw that it now is connected to Bing, so you can use it for
Yep.
within real information. Which has been some of the plugins that you have been testing and that you recommend us at the moment with ChatGPT, for example?
I was testing plugins quite often, but
Yeah.
but not recently. Yeah, recently I'm using code interpreter, advanced data analysis. I'm using it to analyze big databases of information. I'm using it to sort the database and help me with tagging. So I was
Okay.
I was using some of the plugins, and many of the plugins are obsolete because when you have something which helps you to access internet, ChatGPT can do it now itself.
Exactly. You know, I heard, I was just reading the situation, what happened as well with Bing, with Google now making transcripts, for example, from meetings like the one that we have
Yeah,
now automatically, and
yeah,
how they automatically put some already large companies out of business
yeah.
just because how the technology moved from one click to the other. Insane. Considering that and looking at it from the point of view in growth hacking, both of us being in growth hacking for years already and seeing that how it has been a part of the development in companies now,
Yeah.
experimenting faster, having a growth mindset, applying different agile structures. What would you recommend in terms of the first three things that a company should consider the moment that they are considering, okay, let's apply growth hacking with AI?
Yeah, good question. Very good question. So if I simplify it into just 3 steps, at the beginning you need to identify use case. You need to understand, okay, we have 10 people on customer support. We think we can manage with just 8 people, or you have some business goal you need to achieve. For example, you want to increase the net promoter score, the satisfaction of the customers, or you want to reach more customers, or you want to you want to have many visuals for your company and brand new visual identity for your company. Yeah. Ideally, you have certain process which is already happening. For example, you accept 100 invoices per week, and you have three, four guys working on these invoices and gathering data, and therefore you know how big is the pie. Yeah, we said 3, 4 guys are working on it, and based on that you can look for a solution which will cost you some money, but it will cost you less than your actual setup of people working on it. So to conclude, the first step is to identify what is the activity or the process where AI can help you. Yeah, you can do it yourself, your management can do it, your employees can do it, but it has some shortcomings. You can hire some lecturer, or let's say some trainer of the generative AI, but still he doesn't know the business that much, your business. Yeah, so your people will know the business, but they do not know the generative AI that much, or they are not creative in this activity. You need to do combination. You need to have generative AI consultant and match it with your manager or your people, and together they can come up with these use cases, how generative AI can bring you better results, more money, more of anything you want as your business outcome. Secondly, you should start small. You should really focus on the small feature, which will not only show some of the people who are already believers in AI that it works, but it will show other people that it makes sense. It does something. It helps you to achieve X. Yeah. So you buy other people in the company, maybe co-founders, maybe managers, maybe employees. You buy them into the idea, and based on the small MVP, minimum viable product, which you can do in matter of weeks, maybe months or 2, you can do bigger version, which will be more efficient, more potent. Yeah. And the third step would be have some regular sharing sessions. Yeah, people will start to work with the tool. You need to have some sessions which are firstly on the education, learn how to use it, and secondly, people will share the best practices. Yeah, they will share how they are leveraging the tool, because I have spoken with employees of the companies who have generative AI tools in them, but they are not using them because the results were mediocre. Yeah, it wasn't so good. So the guy even used metaphor that we have food in the fridge, but we are not eating that food. Yeah.
Wow.
So to conclude, yeah,
Yeah.
you need to have a use case.
Nice.
You need to know what's the goal. Secondly, you start small and then you scale it, then you grow. And thirdly, people, you need to educate them and provide them safe space how they can share the ideas, talk to each other. You need to glorify that they are using the AI tool.
Wonderful. Wonderful, Jan. Thank you very much indeed. I think that's a very clear framework, and very clear and very actionable, very applicable. I consider that that's something of what is missing at this moment in the world. I may say in the communities where we are, because the buzz of AI tools and the AI era is creating such a fear of losing, fear of leaving yourself exactly. And so everyone is just jumping everywhere, like to every tool that they see, everything that actually everything that actually comes out, and every week comes something new.
Yeah.
So, but I continuously even ask the question to other people, like, have you thought about like why you really want to use this? Have you thought actually how are you going to really benefit your business with what you are doing? Because we can continuously keep learning, but if we don't reflect on a framework, on a very actionable framework like the one that you just mentioned, Wow, wonderful, Jan.
Thank you.
Wonderful, Jan. Jan, so we are indeed with Growth Hacks experiences showing these learning moments to business coaches in Europe, to entrepreneurs in the Netherlands, in Benelux, in Germany.
Yep.
If one of our colleagues or members visuals they would like to contact with you, Jan, how would be the best way for them to find you?
The LinkedIn is the best way how we can get in touch. That's the best way, because right now with our AI and business company, we are working in Czech and Slovak Republic, but we are definitely looking for partners, even just talk to each other at the beginning, who are interested in how to leverage AI in the business. Yeah, because if I conclude what we do, we are helping businesses to identify these gold nuggets, these opportunities, how to use AI. We go through with them with the specification of these business opportunities. We help them to develop software and to incorporate it into their existing processes. We also provide education of the employees or the management. So at the beginning, there is someone who is saying, I want to use AI, but I do not know where to start. At the end, the company is using AI, and since we focus on high adoption, the tool is already adopted, and the company is leveraging the AI. They are getting the gains they can get from the tool. So we are deploying a change. You know? We are not deploying just education or just software. We are deploying complete package.
Exactly.
And to your questions,
wonderful.
As I said, in the process, the very important start at the beginning is this business mentor, this person who helps company to realize opportunities, how to use generative AI, or how to use automatization, how to make things more efficiently. Yeah, these shadowing, brainstorming, kind of mentoring as well. So this is definitely business consulting. And the 3 steps I have mentioned are part of the bigger method we have developed, and we are still improving to make it more efficient and more valuable for the companies.
Wonderful. So if a company would will contact you and start with this process, they will be able to continue working with you on a longer period with consultancy. It's a program of a year.
It doesn't have limited. It doesn't have strict lines in matter of time. Yeah. But it's we are aiming for long-term cooperation. Yeah. If someone would contact me and ask me for a seminar or something, it's interesting. It's good stuff. But I'm looking at identifying the big problem and then helping to develop solution for that problem. So we are looking at cooperations which are 2 months plus. Yeah. Wonderful. And we have worked with the big companies, corporations, which you probably know. We very often, or in the most cases, we sign a non-disclosure agreement because it's very intimate and efficient relationship.
Wonderful. There you had Jan. Thank you very much, Jan. Jan Kulíšek from Prague, growth hacker and an AI evangelist, the person that you are looking for to implement the right strategy to grow your company with AI, not only AI tools, but the right concept behind automation. Jan, thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you for your time. And I'm going to be one of those actually as well asking you questions. I was like, hey, how can we do this? I wish you a great day, Jan, and hope to see you soon, very soon as well. Have a wonderful day.
Guys. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. And everyone, if you are looking for questions, if you have questions for me or for Jan, please let us know actually in the comments. We will make sure to get you on the right information. And Jan, we're going to make sure as well, of course, of mention your LinkedIn, your connections, your website, your company in our promotions of videos so the people can get in touch with you.